There you go. Hey guys, here we are. Friday night. Where are the guys? Where are the guys? They said they're going to be here. Well, I guess I always end up being the guy who gets in here first. That's okay. So, the real discussion has to be about what's happening in Spain. It speaks to so many problems with Europe, with NATO, with Spain itself, with liberals and progressives and all that good stuff. It's astonishing. If any of you have seen the pictures, they're just amazing. And we have a report that at least 30 people have already died as a result, but we don't know if it's Spanish citizens or the quote invaders.
Turn this
All right.
up.
Go.
Got it.
All right.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I'm bitching about
Good evening there. Oh, you're live already. You don't fool around, do you?
no.
No fooling around. How are you this evening?
Good. How about
The
you,
hat.
Jason?
Check out the hat.
All right. Yeah, I guess I better hurry up and get mine.
Well, we only ordered 2, so you're out of luck for right now. These are only demos. I have 2 hats, I got a T-shirt for you.
Okay.
4 T-shirts, 2 hats, 2 polo shirts. I gave Sam my other hat because he's out in the field. And then I got a bunch of 50 stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go live on Facebook here while I'm talking.
Sure.
And I think it's important. I want people to know about the development, the slow but steady development of the news powerhouse of the nation that's coming up.
Mm.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Right.
And Lord knows the stories are out there, Court.
Yes.
Oh, there's so much. There's so much evil and corruption in our own state. Forget about the whole country.
All right. Well, let's see. Do we want to start with what happened in Danbury?
Live on Facebook right now. Good evening, everybody. It is Friday night. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
July 31st, 2026. And we're back live on Facebook here every Friday and Saturday night with Court Ratnowski, Yankee 2 News. Of course, Court and Yankee 2 News is on pretty much every night, right? Except Sundays.
Well, and Sunday and Monday. Well, so Monday's a
Monday
special.
down from Stanford, down from the cafe down in Stanford, right?
That's right. World headquarters.
I've been meaning to get down there to visit you, but it's so dang far away.
Mm-hmm.
Even for me.
It's just Connecticut.
Connecticut is a puny little state. We are the 3rd smallest state in the union, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the hats, and things are underway here, and so now we're looking into Riverside, right? Was Riverside is what you did the show on the last couple times?
Well, when Eric, suggested it, we tried it, but I don't know where he is right now. I sent the invite, but wait. So we got JK with us, and there's Eric. Okay, hold on. All right, there you are, boy.
There he is, the man of the hour, the man of the minute, anyway.
And of course,
we were talking about Riverside and versus
StreamYard versus OBS.
Now, Riverside is like light years above StreamYard. StreamYard is like a very, it's simple. It works for most people, and that's fine.
And here we are.
Here we are, and it's working fine for us. But in terms of for Common Sense News Entertainment, though, something that I eventually want to be a huge.
Well, you want to start like building clips and shorts and stuff like that. You
want to start scheduling programming actually on the YouTube channel.
I understand. Yep. So, what Riverside will do is you can broadcast or live cast or whatever your stream from Riverside, just like you do StreamYard. But Riverside records the entire thing. And what it also does is after you're done recording, you can actually have it. It uses AI to go and pick out like 50 or 60-second clips and stuff, or you can edit. And it does, and it does all that. It transcribes everything for you, and the whole
StreamYard uses AI as well.
I understand, but Riverside is a lot more robust. It has many more features.
This is going to sound a little silly, but Riverside speaks to me.
It does.
I think it's the one I want to use, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. It's because there's a little park up in Agawam, Mass, a little amusement park called Riverside Park, which is now Six Flags. At the time, it was Riverside Park, and I have some of my best childhood memories there. And the word Riverside just speaks to me. And based on what you're telling me, when the research, and not just that, but what research I've done on it, I think it's the way to go.
I mean, it's a good platform. I subscribed to it because I wanted to, play around with it a little bit, see how it works.
Mhm.
And it's pretty nice. It's slick. It's
Yep,
pretty
so
slick.
the
A
goal
lot,
is
lot of content creators use Riverside.
the goal ultimately is to set up a mechanism right here in my office with using Riverside to podcast from here and have it compatible to upload video from wherever I am or what anybody else is doing out in the field.
Sure.
There it is. And that's the point. And so I need your help, Eric, and help me set up that platform. And we'll talk about it off the air soon.
And don't forget the magic button.
Okay, now it sounds like a Ren and Stimpy episode. Okay, what's the magic button?
What you've been dreaming of all along.
Well, here's what I'm thinking about. Okay, tell me about the magic button.
Press the button, you go live, 10,000 people are instantly watching.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, the magic button I can turn on that. I know I'm streaming on Substack. It's definitely Substack, definitely Rumble, definitely X, and definitely Facebook and YouTube. Those are the ones that
I think
Truth Social would be great bonus.
Riverside will allow you to, I think, stream to 3 or 4 different platforms simultaneously. Although I have to
StreamYard 8.
Sure. But it does. Is it recording this?
Yes.
Well, this is.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
If you have the option, you either live stream or you record. Okay.
Right.
And
We can do live.
That's pretty much standard for
do
all of them.
live streaming on up to 4 sounds fine to me, as long as we can, record and produce on 4 of them than just 4.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're kind of getting the vision together here. It's getting through. So I think eventually we're going to get there. Because once we get that platform, I can then say to guys like Sam Montville and guys like Vidaro, go out, get your video, get your content, send it over. And I can say, the woman down in Stanford, start doing the library thing, start reading those stories to those kids. Boom, the ghost lady. Okay, 2 or 4 a.m. every night, she does a talk show about ghosts.
Cool.
Yeah, so I can start telling people, once you have your video, here's where you upload it. Here's how we get it out there. Then we schedule it, edit it, produce it, and then Eric, there you have it. That's the vision.
All right.
Cover real stories too, like Iran, by the way.
Yes, Iran. So
I know you're dying to talk about it.
Not really. It's like we have to talk about it.
We do.
So the tell is what I didn't put up there. You heard about the potential deal with Hamas?
Yes, I did. Yesterday, I heard about that.
I haven't. I've completely tuned out of that whole thing, that whole paradigm.
Nothing to be proud about. The issue here is you have what's called the Board of Peace. Does anybody remember the Board of Peace?
Okay.
Board of Peace.
Yes, the Board of Peace is composed of selected individuals from several countries. I think President Trump is a member, but I think somebody from, I can't remember what countries.
Qatar, Egypt.
Yeah, something like that.
Another couple of Turkey, maybe.
All right. Yeah. So, but the objective of this board is to reconcile the ongoing differences between Hamas and Israel. Well, there is talk that they may just be there, and that Hamas is willing to consider disarming in exchange for Israel completely withdrawing from Gaza, something they would not have considered several months ago. The point being that by having weakened Iran as much as we have, now Hamas is willing to consider such a proposal. If Iran had not been weakened, they would not be considering such a proposal.
That all makes sense.
Okay. So that comes back to this term I was throwing around called the dynamic stalemate. Remember, there were 3 options: surrender, a stalemate, or escalation. And in the context of a stalemate, I'm suggesting, well, not all stalemates are the same.
So this is something that getting back to where I've opened up on this subject many times when it comes to the war with Iran.
Yeah.
I believe our military superiority is to the point. I know you disagree with me, and you keep citing the Revolutionary War, but I believe our military superiority is to the point where if we really wanted to, we could crush Iran, and we've chosen not to. We've chosen to sit back. We've chosen to negotiate. We've chosen to let them rebuild. We've chosen this slow walk method. And the reason why is the reason?
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory.
Okay, go ahead.
I think initially this did drag on a little longer than we would have liked it to, but now that we're where we're at,
We were given bad information by Israel.
I have a theory that this will be resolved as this year's October surprise.
Oh yeah, that thought has occurred to me too. The likelihood of it is, well, look. Part one is if this thing with the deal with Hamas goes through. I mean, if that really gets established, that's going to be pretty amazing. But the more important point here, and look again, I go back to the title, Iran. When is the time right? Right. So you're suggesting the time is to have right timing is to have an October surprise.
Seems that way. I know that's not. I know they say that's not how Trump thinks, but let's be real. It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we've seen the Iranian government recently becoming more violent again towards its own people. So we've had activists who were hung, that poor girl who was shot. There have been some other incidents. There was it? I'm trying to remember. Shoot, it'll come back to me. But the other thing is what they call the morality police clamping down on cafes and other things in Tehran and other cities.
Mm-hmm.
So the combination is, I mean, they feel like they're losing grip, and so they're turning around and doing what they can to suppress the people, in fear that there will be an uprising. Well, there's a chance at some point, guys, it's going to be too late. But again, the issue here is you have all these things developing, or here's the key word. The key word is gestating, as in there's a right time for something to become born.
Mm-hmm.
All right, such as a revolution becoming born, and they're not there yet. It's still gestating.
My understanding is I heard some stuff today about there are basically 31 provinces in Iran. If you were to divide Iran into states or provinces, there's about 31 of them. There are three of them that make up the coast along the Strait of Hormuz, and it's a long coastline like we've described earlier. All the way up and down that southwestern part of Iran, which is basically almost as large as the California coast is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
3 provinces run along that coast, and our latest military emphasis over the last 2 weeks has been those 3 provinces.
Yeah. What took us so long?
Yeah. What took us so long is the question. And why is it that I think Trump is it Trump that's finally coming around to the notion that these people have no intention of making a deal? Something I think most of us have known for months. It's not that dumb.
There's going to have to be this dance, in my opinion, that's going to be dictated, that's right, by timing, because it's still gestating.
Mm-hmm.
Gestating means it's a developmental process. Some things are emerging, some things are connecting. Certain capabilities are beginning to develop. And there'll come a time then when all of that can work together, and we are not there yet. But yes, in the meantime, more strikes, more attacks on the capabilities. Did anybody read up about the Hammer of God?
The Hammer of God.
Yes, the Hammer of God.
I like the way you start everything with a trivia question.
Yes.
Well, I feel like I'm failing your quiz every time.
Well, my
Tell us
father
about the Hammer of God.
Yes, my father always warned me, don't ask a question to which you don't know the answer. So in this case, it is
just like
PNT. PNT. So PNT means position, navigation, and timing. So these are principles for how you stage an attack, a precision attack on the enemy, or how the enemy will try to attack you. They need precision, they need navigation, and they need timing. So the Army, the Air Force, and the Space Force, of all people, have been working together on this. They put the word emitter in quotes for what they're calling the Hammer of God. So it's a new technology that would be deployed, in this case, in the water, in order to help interfere with the enemy's ability to use PNNT to attack us.
Okay.
So that's the way they're selling it. Whether it has any validity to it, I don't know. But this what the article is talking about, and they're running their first tests on this, and they have a feeling they're going to try and deploy it as soon as possible.
And I think to also dovetail on what you said to me earlier at one point, that there are these 31 provinces I mentioned earlier, that they've been each given explicit instructions that no matter what happens in Tehran, so to speak, that each one of these is its own unit, its own independent resistance program. So now we really are dealing with 31 different, little mini independently run enemies, so to speak.
All right. Let's deal with that concept for a minute. That would be 31 different supply chains. And for people who supply military equipment, that's 31 different customers. And each of them has to have the ability to pay their suppliers.
Well, keep in mind that my understanding is that these 31 provinces, yes, that's ultimately true. But as we sit here today, that many of them have stockpiles of munitions that are hidden away, that are, still, I'm sure many of them have been destroyed or many of them have been used, but that what they have left in these 31 different things are significant, are still significant, in terms of what's left.
Well, let me go back to my really cool idea last night. Yeah, I'm gonna see you were around for it, Eric, right? No,
not last night.
Oh no. Okay, so all right, so that was.
I mean, I popped in the chat and whatever, okay. But I wasn't with you for the whole thing.
Okay, so let's quick review. And to those folks who didn't see it last night, we get to do this again. I'm having a Buckminster Fuller moment. Forgive me. Okay, wild conspiracies Iran needs to worry about. Do you know what manpads are? Manpads? Anybody?
Sounds
familiar. Yeah.
Sounds like a colloquial term for something or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
shoulder fired missiles.
Man pads, like man tampons or something. I don't
know. Yeah,
that's where I was going with it.
Man, I'm not down for that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the story comes out where China publicly stated it's going to ship 400 of these shoulder fired missiles to Iran.
Can I hold on? Just time out.
Yes.
Why would you announce that you're going to be sending? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, by the way, we're going to be sending, X amount of missiles to your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? It makes no sense whatsoever.
It makes sense.
I mean, why would you make that public? If you want to win a war, you can't win a war by telling the enemy everything you're doing.
Well, I don't think
that just sounds completely stupid.
Okay.
Sounds ridiculous.
On its face. However, China is not confronted with losing a war. They're confronted with losing a proxy. And the issue here that you might want to consider is that they're doing this to jerk Trump around, because the press, in the Oval Office, asked him and said, "Mr. President, didn't you hear that China is sending these manpads?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he was shocked to hear this, because President Xi had promised him that he wouldn't do any such thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
look, there's everything that we see, and in the media is theater. All right, that's all it is. It's theater.
Not all.
Of course it is.
You got to be able. No, you got to be able to distinguish. You're going to have to use a little more.
The entire reason why you put things out in the to air out into the public is, one, to take a barometer, two, influence, and
you're talking about mainstream media for the most part.
Yeah, all of it. Anything that we can find out through the media, aka, this whatever the Chinese said that they're going to do or whatever. To me, that's just like, you know, it's smoke and mirrors. It's like, pay attention to what we're saying. It's this is the same thing like Trump would publicly say things, but actually act in contradistinction to what he would say publicly. And this throws a lot of people off because that's how the media works. I think, although I think because Trump's ego is, rather large, I think he ends up speaking out of turn, or maybe misstating some things, or getting ahead of himself, or getting over his skis on some issues. But anytime like, this whole propaganda machine has been in full swing for the better part of 100 years now. So that's why I don't pay attention to any of this stuff, because I think it's propaganda. I think it's it's meant to get the public stirred up into a frenzy and to pay attention to things that I couldn't otherwise influence, or have, well, they have zero influence over anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me why you would.
Yeah, Michael, you're going to Hogwarts.
Okay. So, right. Yeah.
Okay. So then there are no facts.
I mean, there are facts. It's just that I don't know that we're privy to all of them.
Okay. And you're incapable of telling the difference?
Well, I've gotten used to, like, when for example, my parents would, particularly my stepfather, he was a news junkie, and he would come home at night and he would listen to, like, CBS News was his favorite network.
You ready? Number 4. Number 4 has arrived. Where are you? DJ Rick.
He always shows up later. He always shows up a minute or two after his screen shows up.
Oh, so what is the picture? It shows 3 screens.
No, that's a scrim. It's just kind of a backdrop for him. He's doing some lighting stuff there. He's got he's backlighting a scrim for background. That's cool. Anyway,
on this if you want to be okay.
Right. Take your time, Ricky. So, where were we? Facts? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, because you're calling everything propaganda.
Real journalism versus propaganda.
What versus? All right. He's saying everything's propaganda.
Well, that's not what I said.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not say everything is propaganda. I said.
Why do I have to ask you about facts?
I said that the media, the mainstream media, the mainstream news outlets, the AP, the Associated Press, etc., and so forth, will leak information, or they'll put information out there to take, like, and they do it for a variety of different reasons. They do it to take a barometer on, like, where the public is sort of at with respect to some things. And the other thing that I have a hard time with is, it's like, how do we really know what's going on over in the Middle East if, in fact, what Tucker Carlson has said is true, where they've tried to get their journalists in there to watch and observe and document everything that's going on over there, and the Israelis won't allow it.
Yeah.
So, the IDF or whatever the hell. So, so how do we know? I mean, in essence, what is going on? Are there any journalists or boots on the ground over in Iran or in the Middle East?
What's the organization?
While you're at it, why don't you call bullshit on Tausi TV?
On what?
Is that the one that you're referring to that you've been following over in Iran court?
Correct.
They got boots on the ground over there, I believe.
Yes, they do.
Probably do, yeah.
Okay. Yes, and so he's
And I think part of the but this is kind of there's two sides to this. There is trying to figure out what the truth is about all of this. Uh, when you are in a war, you generally don't deliberately say or publicize things to let your enemy know what it is you're up to or what you're doing. So that makes it doubly difficult to figure out what exactly is happening.
so
Now,
don't
how is it after the fact, like World War I or World War II, we discovered a lot of things that we didn't perhaps know during the time that all these all those people were watching the newsreels before the movie, or which is how they were getting, I think, how the news was disseminated at that time. And uh, you know, and a lot of those were propaganda reels too, like drumming up support for the military, for the effort in World War II, and buy war bonds, blah blah blah, all this marketing, bullshit and all this kind of stuff.
Would
So
you like a quote from Winston Churchill?
yeah, sure.
The truth is so important that it must be protected by a bodyguard of lies.
Well, I mean, that just kind of makes my point, doesn't it?
Probably saying that tongue in cheek, right, Court?
No, that was Winston Churchill. That was that's a direct.
He's saying that as a criticism, though. I don't think as a.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but the point is very clear.
Well, it kind of almost sort of is a parallel to like what Ron Paul said: "Truth is treason in an empire of lies." So,
well, that's a different matter. I mean, for Churchill, the context is World War II, and the fact that there are military operations that must be absolutely kept secret.
Well, true.
And so secret, you have to tell lies around it.
That's
right. So which kind of brings me back to my original point, and which is why I have really kind of checked out, and I'm not really looking at what the news is saying about what's happening in the Middle East. I am content, much to your chagrin, to leave that alone and just like try to go about to some sense continue living my life. I don't have any I mean, I have very little control over what my government is doing, concerning the Middle East and Iran and everything. I have to worry about things that concern me, like in my present proximity. And all of this blather about, the Iranians are doing this, or we're doing that, or the Israelis are doing this, or, it's just like, I don't care. I really don't.
Well, that's the key point. You don't care. All right.
I don't.
So that is the foundation on which you're sitting. Fine.
I do care. I do care. And
I care, but I'm just disinterested.
I have one question that I keep bringing up, and again, the area around the Strait of Hormuz, around the strait itself, you tilt it over. It's about the size of the state of Connecticut. It's not that huge, and the idea that we're letting Iran hold that area hostage for months on end, and that we can't, as the most powerful military in the world, can't control that area, make sure it stays open, is a real head scratcher to me. I can't understand it. I won't understand it. It makes no sense. It's almost the same thing as like Hamburger Hill in Vietnam, where they capture a hill and then they get it back. And we go back and forth with the North Vietnamese for 8 years, where our soldiers die every day. Now, we don't have soldiers dying like we did then, but I don't understand why we don't have more control over the state of Hormuz.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think there's a level at which President Trump is gaslighting us about the Strait of Hormuz.
It's very well could be, sure. There's one component, military, I guess, component that or I don't know what to call it. Is it an apparatus? No, it's probably more. It's a military technology where they can take very fine, like dust, to map and spread it across an entire area to get very detailed mapping of an area. I guess
Well,
dust is.
obviously you didn't read my list, so let me draw your attention to it.
Oh, the sand sensors.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a different name though that I've heard them referred to.
yeah, Computronium.
No, that's not it.
Mhm,
There is
but
another name for it, but yeah, but generally we're talking about the same thing, I think.
What did you think about that video I sent you, Court?
See, remind me again.
The one with the Chinese warfare, future warfare,
Oh, well, this
the
is
drones.
just drones. When?
Yeah, the drones that look like birds and insects.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Guess what? That's technology they stole from us.
Because wouldn't that kind of fit into this category right here?
Absolutely. So,
So
you know,
drones the size
again-
of mosquitoes.
all right. I want to put it this way. Since we are stuck with having to conjecture, let me just add JK's point here. JK said, I agree with Eric. I don't think you can or should get the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Lucky if we can get half the truth in 50 years. Okay.
Sure.
All right. It's a fair question. Why should we even try? Why even bother?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Free world. How about that?
I guess
Yeah.
I guess right now I'm kind of at the point where, I mean, clearly I'm, from my perspective, I'm praying about the entire situation, and I'm praying that that a solution has to be, there has to be a remedy, there has to be a solution, and this can't go on indefinitely.
That much is true.
Well,
But
So
now we go back to a point.
well,
at-
because of there are a lot of people hurting right now with respect to the fuel prices, like here at home, the fuel prices. Now it has been suggested that some companies are taking advantage of this, price gouging, I guess that's what it's called, of the war situation, and inflating the cost of fuel when it's not necessary. It's unnecessary to do so.
Connecticut.
Well,
Actually,
yeah,
they're pretty good. They're not even hiding it. It was on the radio today that they had record numbers.
sure,
Okay.
sure, and I think that this is
Exxon,
also,
Chevron, all of
and
them.
I think that this is kind of an exercise. Dick Morris, for what it was worth, when I saw him at a private event, probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago, he was saying that what they're attempting to do is they're and particularly in Connecticut,
Mhm.
they're pushing the envelope to see how much people can actually tolerate, and they're doing a lot of these things deliberately, like inflating the prices of things, accelerating the whole LGBT thing. And I mean, it's kind of like the West is in a pressure cooker right now.
That's a problem. That's a scary situation.
Well, of course it is, but it's just like, what is the end game? I mean,
Well, I'll tell you what,
to
Eric,
completely
we
destroy
talked about-
the West.
You and I talked
Yes,
about
that is the end game.
a few weeks ago. You and I
New
talked
world
about
order.
the motivation of religion versus the motivation of economics, right?
Right.
Talked about that. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. I think if we can just get the mullah out of the way, the IRGC, who is motivated by religion, that would open the door to economic solutions down the road, like the Arab Accords, and about the idea that the Persians and the people in the Middle East could benefit economically. If we get rid of this IRGC crap, these mullahs that they're not motivated by money, they're motivated about the destruction of the Western world. And if we can wreck the government of Iran and get a more friendly government in there, that I think the rest of the Arab world would actually come around to the idea of more economic prosperity for the people of the Middle East.
Well,
And
here's
that's
a
the end game,
sort
really.
of to dovetail with that point.
That's our end game.
Oop.
And because I
You've got a skeptical look.
when I think about it, excuse me, I look at all of the other cultures or
Bella agrees.
the countries and their monetary systems and so forth. And so when you look at, and one of the things that I had to encounter while I was taking care of my parents was these scammers that were either in like Haiti or Jamaica or Africa, and they were calling up, like calling my parents, like
Mhm.
just every single day. And this is a very sad story, actually. My stepfather was taking, copious amounts of his Social Security money and sending it to these scammers. I literally had, I had shoe boxes. This is when my ex fiance was with me at the time. She had put like shoe boxes and garbage bags of Western Union receipts, and I was able to tally up most of them, and it was something on.
Due to technical
Jesus.
difficulties,
Is it necessary to do, like, come on, dude, let's get settled down here.
he's a little wired. He wants everything to be
Yeah,
just
no,
right. Man,
Um,
Listen, keep going, Eric.
boom.
I'm trying. But I guess my point is, which I kind of lost my train of thought. Does anybody remember?
You were talking
hell-
about the boxes of receipts.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the
So-
scammers.
Right. $250,000.
Jason, it's good. Jason, it's okay.
Keep talking.
Okay, take your hands off, sit back, and smile. There you go.
There.
Much better.
Hey, look,
I
my
think
cat-
I think it's his cat. You got to keep
my
your
cat
cat
came
out
in
of this.
here.
The cat has to stay out of the studio.
Hey, the cat gets more views than I do. So
All right, so we're waiting for the payoff, Eric. What was the dollar amount?
I believe I just stated it was about $250,000
Come
worth
visit.
of Western Union receipts.
Come visit.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. It's incredible. And that was over how many years?
Like what I did?
6-7 years.
Okay, wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Okay, so there you go. But how could so much time pass and nobody, not your mother, not anybody, say anything?
Well,
No.
like when I came on board and got power of attorney and everything, I had to get all of that stuff under control, which I did.
Right, but that was
So-
after the fact.
Well, right. And so, a lot of that money had already gone up and vanished like a fart in the wind. So, yeah, I mean, all I could do is just put my finger in the dam and stop the dike from breaking, the rest of the dam from breaking or whatever. But so that was sort of my crucible, one of my crucibles at that time. But I think what my overarching point about all this is that, you have this scam culture that is proliferated in a lot of these undeveloped or third world countries, India, Pakistan, even in China,
Minnesota.
and all like they are completely and totally motivated by greed, full stop. Why do you have these rooms of iPhones that are creating all of these fake accounts for clicks and likes and followers and subscribers and so forth, and creating an artificial, artificially inflating, certain accounts and that sort of thing. And then of course there's the whole sex industry and what they've been doing with the young girls in our own culture here on our front porch. Where
how did we get here?
Well, it's it's the
let's walk court through this.
the money is
Jason
going to
Jason was bringing up a conversation that we had
Religion,
couple-
economics, and the
economics, and
concept
I
of
was
Iran.
talking, and his contention is that
And-
there's a cross section of people that are motivated by ideology, and then I was contending that greed is back of a lot of it, and so that made me
Right.
go off on this tangent about what a lot of these cultures or countries are motivated by, and the United States seems to be sort of at the apex of where all of this the inflows and the outflows of cash or money seems to be going out. People being you have elderly people being taken advantage of, our youth and so forth are being exploited, and the whole thing. And so much of it is driven by money and greed.
But I would argue that the money is a means to an end. It's ultimately the vehicle to control and their power.
Okay,
And,
this
and
is
the destruction of the Western world, and it takes money to bring down the Western world.
right. So, is
So-
there a connection here to Iran?
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
Iran is
seeing
because
a
the IRGC is
connection to
motive.
Iran.
We argued originally about the motive of the IRGC.
Yes,
which
you
is
did.
Religious, and everyone-
Would Iran be able to amass an opposition in any way, shape, or form, but for its resources and its money, or the money with which it acquire,
That's correct.
from its resources and
Yeah,
so
no,
forth.
That's
you're
correct. The money
asking
is the
what
means to the end.
So the ideology by itself is
yeah,
like
no.
just a
a
paper
culture-
tiger.
You're asking a cultural question. Okay, does Iran have the kind of culture that can mount a political opposition, the type you're talking about?
If they were motivated by
DJ Ricky's getting a big kick out of this.
Well, it comes
Why-
back to my contention that any ideology, religion, et cetera, and so forth, that has a top-down structure, a pyramid structure, and you can make attributions to this through in the Middle East, where you have top-down cultures, like with the imams and in the Muslim culture, within the well, if we're calling the Catholicism Christian, within the Catholic Church, it's a top-down hierarchy or architecture.
Right.
So wherever you see this type of
Don't
this,
forget the federal government.
well, the federal government isn't quite like that, because there's no one. You have components in the federal government. I mean, and I'm not saying that the federal government has become like that, but its initial design was meant to compartmentalize different aspects of governance. So you have your administrative, your legislative, and your judicial branches, and then I think there's the press, which was supposed to be
All right. So you're suggesting that the type of hierarchical organization you're talking about is where absolute power is vested in whoever is at the top.
Correct. That has been the structure of world systems from the beginning of civilization.
Well, I don't know. The Romans had a Senate, and there was a fair bit of power vested in the Roman Senate.
You still had a Caesar, though.
Yeah, but when you read the history, it was not a straightforward proposition.
And the power of the Senate was only for a certain period of time.
Yeah, no, the big thing, I mean, when you read about it, there's that point in time where Rome went from being a republic to an empire, okay? And it was in that moment, was it Caesar? I don't remember. But, Caesar, after a very careful consultation with DJ Ricky, then decided to go to the Senate and ask for absolute powers. So, in other words, up till that point in time, he did not have absolute power. Yeah, okay, but he didn't have.
Well, I think, and the other component to this is how long have we been involved with Iran now? I mean, isn't Congress supposed to make a declaration of war if this is what if this is the path we're supposed to be going down?
Mhm.
All of the protocols and the things that have been put in place have just been completely tossed out the window.
Mhm.
And that's the other problem.
Obama was accused of this, I think.
Okay, look, two wrongs don't make a right, but three rights make a left.
Yeah, well, there were more wrongs, okay, because I believe Bush did this. I'm trying to decide if Clinton did that.
Oh yeah, every president has done it, going all the way back to FDR, pretty much.
Yes, well, because there has been this problem, all right? The ability to declare war has become limited, shall we say? All right, this is just a theory of mine, but I hope you realize that America also did a big U-turn when it came up with the concept of the limited war doctrine. Okay, this started with the Korean War. We decided that we're not going to declare absolute victory. Instead, you had a treaty and a DMZ. Okay, it's been like that. And the same concept of a limited war doctrine has been used in Vietnam. It was used in it's been used in Iraq, okay, and Afghanistan. It does not work, okay. Yet we've held on to this doctrine.
I like your new hat, Jason.
Thank you. What do you think, huh? It's gonna be hard to keep it white, that's for sure.
Yeah, and they always are. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that, well,
So
these
you're gonna
should be
you're,
small
you're
number
gonna
of-
All right. Anyway,
you go to a larger number, we're gonna do black and red, I think. So
so Ricky, do you have anything to say?
just trying to
I'm
get a
just
word in.
enjoying the show right now.
You
I'm
won't
gonna
shut
wait
up.
for you guys to finish this up, and then I'll get into my topics. You know, we can
Oh,
start with
okay.
Donald Trump
We should
saying
talk
that he's
about
going to run for a fourth term. All right, you know, we can get
Fourth
into the
term.
good
What
stuff in a
happened to
little
the
bit,
third
but,
one?
You know, he said his fourth.
we should talk about Fauci.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get into it. You guys finish up doing what you're doing here. Irene's
yeah.
Yeah.
down here talking to me, so you guys
It's
keep going.
that's an Irish name. Sounds like.
What's that?
Yeah, she's Irish and Italian.
Mm-hmm. There you go. A deadly combination. So yes. Anyway. All right. So there is. I think I'm going to go for it. I think we have a consensus here among us that it's going to be about when the time is right.
Mhm.
Right, which would help to explain our frustration with why he hasn't done what he's supposed to have done in the Strait of Hormuz by now. But now,
Maybe your frustration, not mine.
okay,
Your
right.
frustration.
You were saying you couldn't care less. Well, there is a problem.
Eric,
here.
ultimately, the results of
I
a war
really, I honestly,
Eric,
I mean,
ultimately, the results of a war like this are going to affect us all economically. You know, having a mull out there trying to destroy the Western world or not is a better thing for us, all of
Yeah.
us, economically in the long run, in terms of the price of gas, in terms of, you know, the cost of security, cost of anti-terrorism efforts. I think you'll see those go down. So I just think that ultimately it does affect us all, and having a safer world to live in where Westerners aren't targeted is probably a better thing. I mean, for all of us. So,
You
So,
know, I
Eric,
think-
are you concerned about the growth of Islam in America?
yeah, I mean,
sure.
Well,
this is their whole mothership over
Who's-
there.
who's
We can
helping them?
decapitate that. That's a good thing for our
I think
country.
these people are doing it on their
You
own.
know, this is, well, you know, look, Jesus was in an occupied country, and yet, even like in that situation, look at everything he was still able to accomplish.
Well, we
Mhm.
don't want to. We don't want
So-
to re-practice his. We don't want to live in an occupied country and have to kind of redo what he did.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but
Let's not
like,
go through
you
that.
know,
Let's not have that happen.
well, yeah, but then you don't understand you need to read the Sermon on the Mount, because you will go through it, and we will go through it. Everybody is going to go through that in some way, shape, or form. Nobody is going to be able to skate, you know, around it, or
skate
like, you
around
know,
what? Skate around occupation.
well, about whatever it is that you're going to be confronted with, whether it's an external force or enemy,
Well, no, I'm
or
not
whether
talking
it's
about that.
or
I'm talking about the freedom of the United States, the sovereignty of the United
I
States.
agree.
of America.
Listen, dude, you look.
Oh, wait,
I
I'm not
agree.
sure-
I agree with you. I'm not
No,
like I'm not
really-
arguing with you.
I
And
know
yes,
that.
does it concern me? Of course it does.
Sure, okay.
And so, but like one of
So
these,
you
one
do
of these.
care. You do care on some
Well,
level.
to an extent, but like I'm one person and limited, in what I can do in with you know, the resources that I have available to me.
Well, sure.
I'm limited with what I can do, and
Do the best
so
we can right here on this show. You know what I
well,
mean?
sure, like you
so-
know, it's like in the theater of ideas. This is kind of why we discuss these things, and hopefully people that watch or listen will glean something, hopefully,
Yeah, you're
from
negative thinking.
I'm just being like, it's not negative. I'm
makes
just
no
like
lot-
looking
makes
at
no lot of
things at the way
So
they
let me
are.
help you out,
I'm
Eric.
not I'm not going
See
to
this
sit
hand?
around a campfire and say
See this hand?
kumbaya.
It's not kumbaya. You see this hand here?
Yeah,
You want to know the name of this hand?
Your left hand. It's called Quartz left hand.
that's
Close.
the left hand.
CAIR.
CAIR.
Council on American Islamic Relations. CARE. That's this hand.
Right?
How about this hand? What's this hand?
Sure.
Iran. Ooh, look at that.
Right.
You seem to be upset about that.
Well, yeah.
Well,
that's
you
upsetting.
know, there are connections that need to be clearly established as we decide what is or is not important about things like Iran. Okay. if you have Iran supporting CARE, oh wait, maybe not just the Muslim Brotherhood. Just saying.
Cut off the
Okay.
mothership. That's what I'm saying. Cut off the mothership, and things get better here at home on Earth.
This is look.
The free world.
Right. So all right,
like
here we go.
everything
I'm
you say
sorry,
has.
I had another brain fart. Here I go. Oops, this hand just changed. You want to know what this hand is now? Hezbollah. Oh, Iran. Look at that. Ooh. And where is Hezbollah? That's right. They're in South America, running drug operations, helping to send fentanyl into America. Hezbollah.
Okay, so what do you want me to do about it?
Care more about it.
I think he cares enough. But listen, I only have
I mean,
about 10 minutes left.
sure. But yeah, so my point is, and this is something that a podcaster was making a little bit early. I think it was earlier today. I saw it, or was it yesterday? Yes. But you know, you have areas in our country right now, particularly urban areas like in Texas and in Michigan and so forth, where you have a lot of these Muslim enclaves being established and you know, growing, and that's a concern. But her whole thing was this: it's like she just seemed to think, and this is I've seen this expressed in a variety of different podcasts by a variety of different very, very well known and very well established podcasters, and they're making the same observations that I think many of us are making. There's no outrage. There doesn't seem to be any will to like really, really push back. Now, the only real pushback, genuine pushback that I've seen right now are the vigilantes that are going out there dismantling the flock cameras. So that's a start. I think, because I think that I see that as unconstitutional. But there has to be like a movement that has like, you know,
more solid.
Well, it has to have it has to have the component of force behind it.
I'm going to take something pretty far here. I think the Islamic what they call it, the Islamic religion, is not a religion. It is a death cult. It is a death cult, and it should be classified as such.
Sure.
And treated as such.
So you know, look, you and many politicians already agree with that, and they've made attempts at trying to pass bills with that type of language in it. But you also have to understand that, like during the Obama and Biden administration, they were passing legislation that were
targeting Christians.
that were making us conservatives into terrorists.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so you have this sort of really confused state of like laws that have been, you know, proliferating and so forth.
We're getting more and more like third world countries the way we run our politics, and that's pretty scary.
I agree with you. It's not good.
Rapidly. I mean, look, just 20 years ago wasn't anything like this. So
all right, so let me read a headline. May I read a headline?
Go for it.
CARE Connecticut, that is the Connecticut chapter of CARE, mobilizes voters after celebrating the addition of Islamic and Arab studies to the K through 12 curriculum resources in the state.
Okay, all right. Yes, that is news, and we know that that's happening.
Scary.
My
appalling.
Oh wait, no, are you sure it's propaganda?
Who is doing anything about it? Who's doing anything about who's doing anything about the Pride Month thing and the indoctrination of kids with all of these things? You know, there is a law on the book. I can't remember what the statute is, but it says you cannot. It's illegal to corrupt the morals of a minor, and that's exactly what they're doing when they take these young kids to these.
You asked the question: who is it that's doing anything about it? We are, with Common Sense News and Entertainment.
No,
stories.
Talking about it is only going to get you so far. Talking about it is one thing.
We're not going to. We're going to expose
it. Just it's talk.
Eric.
It's all. Jason, it's been exposed.
Man, we're going to go out in the field and we're going to expose it with cameras. We're going to expose it. We're going to expose it. We're going to let everybody know about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Okay, Eric, you're limiting your comments to just talking about it.
We're not
But
just talking
media
about
like
it here.
this is about more than just
That's why we're
talking
gonna stop.
about it.
It's
It's
funny
What
about-
do we do? Look, what have we been doing for the last like 10 years, Court?
We've been
Talking about it. We've been talking about it for 10 fucking years, okay?
No F
10
bomb.
fucking years we've been talking about
No,
the
yeah.
corruption.
We're not going to talk about it anymore. We're going to do something about it. You're going to help me set it up with the technology.
Look, understand that there are 4 steps, and you're jumping to the 3rd step, and I can understand that. Okay, but oh wait, what happened? All right, was that a reenactment there, Ricky? That's not how it happened, by the way.
Irene is
I'll have you
killing me on
know.
this end.
Listen,
Oh,
before,
yeah?
before,
Well,
before I
we're
gotta
good.
go in a couple minutes. Before I gotta go, we gotta talk about John DeBarros and Shea for a bit. Can we do that
Sure,
for a
go
minute?
ahead.
Yeah.
Connecticut issue. They're running for John DeBarros is running a heck of a campaign for the 5th district. There's no doubt in my mind he beats Shahana Hayes if he gets that far. But
Yeah.
Ben Proto and his thugs have put this guy Shea up in front of him, okay, to try to mess him up. Shea's a hack. He's got a lot of people he's in the military. He's a military guy, so everyone's sticking up to him for him. He refuses. Remember when we had the debate in May?
Right. Yep.
Shea is
April,
refusing to
right.
debate DeBarros.
Yeah.
It's appalling. It's disgusting. I want everybody in Connecticut to start calling Chris Shea's campaign. Whatever his first name is. Is it Chris Shea? I think it's-
Chris
Call
Shea.
Chris Shea's
S-
campaign. Call his
SHEA.
campaign manager. Google him, AI him, and tell him the voters want to see him debate. He keeps making up excuses that DeBarros isn't being respectful, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about what is being said to be your egomaniac. Suck it up and go and debate like a man, okay?
Yeah,
People
I
want-
agree.
The voters
agree.
want to see the debate. So
yeah,
it's time to turn up
Eli
maximum
Benson
pressure.
for debate.
If you're not going to debate, we may have a debate with a surrogate and a cutout doll. So Eric, Court, get ready to call our people in Manchester to do our cutout doll for Mr. Chris Shea.
All right.
Okay.
So
Does anybody have any comments about that? Because we're going to turn up the heat on Facebook and on YouTube channel here.
all right. So Eric,
Time for a
okay,
debate. Time
Eric,
for
you need to be
Facebook.
given one small victory based on talk.
Chris Shea is there to stand in the way of a victory, not to foment one. And let's get that clear.
Okay, we have to figure out how we're going to get people to do this. All right. It's we haven't put up a phone number. We haven't given
will.
anybody to contact.
We're going to get into that.
Well, I better do it
I met
soon.
Chris Shea
Or
in
we'll do it
person.
tomorrow night. All right, we'll do it tomorrow night.
All right, we'll do it
Whatever
tomorrow night.
we
We'll put up the information you need.
All right.
So I'm going to talk to John. I know John wants to debate. He's a man of the people. He wants to.
We should invite Jonathan DeBarros on to the podcast.
I agree.
And Chris Shea.
I know John.
Both.
Me and John talk. I'll call him.
All right.
Sure.
And Chris Shea.
All right. With that,
Come
listen,
on
I'm
the
going to go because I got work to do. I'm going to sign off. Let you 3 take it over. I know DJ Ricky's dying to get his stuff out there. So
Well, he's kind of working it out there with Irene.
entertainment. Okay, everybody.
All right.
I think
Yeah.
Irene's going to be jumping in here as well too soon.
Beautiful. More than
Okay.
merrier.
All right. Later.
Tomorrow night. I'll be back tomorrow night.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Eric, you have a new supporter. His name is Eli Benson 148.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So there you go. All right. It's time for you to speak.
Hello, Eli.
Yeah. So do you know Eli?
I know Eli very well.
Oh, it's not Nugget, is it?
Rock awesome.
It's not Nugget?
No, it's not Nugget.
Oh, okay.
Who is Nugget?
A
That's
friend
my
of-
roadie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Dude, we got to get you like fishing and boating, don't you, Ricky?
He does.
Oh, good.
I
we're
used to-
gonna listen. Can you could you somehow like
He's
connect
gonna
with
use you as
Court
bait.
and like give him your phone number or email me your phone number or whatever, and then
Oh,
I
Court
can.
has my number.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I did. Oh, maybe I gave it to Jason. I don't remember. I gave
Yeah.
it to-
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Jason reached out to me. I don't.
Do you
think
mind?
I-
I mean, if you don't want me to have your number, just I don't want
No,
to.
no, I don't care. No.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Even Eli has my number.
All right.
Okay,
there you
cool.
go. Okay.
Sorry about that. But Irene just.
Yes. What? What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It happened last night, the same time too.
Did it?
Yeah,
Whoa,
right
you're
around
not-
like 10, after 9 o'clock. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what happens.
I mean, is it fair to say she hasn't seen you all day?
That would not be true.
Oh, okay.
She's
All
been home since 6 o'clock.
All right. So
Okay.
that's not it. All right. Anyway, What was the other hot item? Anyway, Eric, I just wanted to share this.
Oh, Spain. The
But
migrants,
before-
50,000 migrants invading Spain.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
I saw a video.
we
Wow,
saw
I
that.
looked at some video that is crazy, and they're just
Yeah.
letting them do it. You got the military guys just opening up the
the
everything.
gate. Yeah.
The gate I saw, and they opened up.
All right.
the
Well,
gate, they were
let's
bringing
talk
it-
about that. But Court is trying to like say something for the last 8 minutes now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Directed at me, and I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
All right. For your benefit. All right. In Guilford, Connecticut, there is the Free Library of Guilford. They were going to have I'm sorry, what do you call them again? There's a drag queen. It's a drag queen named Bleach. Who's ever heard of it? Why would you have a stage name of Bleach? In any event, Bleach was going to be reading to the kids at the Free Library in Guilford in early June as a part of Pride Month. Didn't get very far. The pushback was enough to make the library director say, oops, I guess we can't do this. However, what they did do was have something for parents about how Bleach decided to pursue this lifestyle. So, you know what? If you want to do that, that's fine. But having reading to the kids like this, no, bad. Okay, so that's one small victory. We need small victories. Take it. Okay?
Works for me.
Okay. All right. And so it hasn't been, people are becoming less and less tolerant, but, here we live in the Northeast. It is kind of a liberal area, but no, there are
Which
other
is
places.
ironic. Which is ironic because I think it used to be the inverse.
Yes.
Dinesh talked about this to some extent, where
Dinesh?
Dinesh D'Souza, he talked about how the North and the South kind of flipped. Culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would take a closer look at that.
Well, of course, the North was always industrial and the South was agrarian. So, with the farms and all that kind of stuff.
That would tend to be about conservative values. No, I think that this. I mean, it seems like an easy kind of comparison to make, but you really have to focus on the fact that you've had a bunch of people that we know and love as cultural Marxists who have had it in for the United States for the longest time, and now they feel like they're getting someplace, which maybe half to like you. And that leads you to a very different sort of broad sociological analysis than just talking about inversion of cultures between, different areas of the country.
Right.
Just saying. All right. Hey, Ricky, unmute. What is it with you?
All right,
Hold
Ricky.
on,
All right, so we're going to
it
jump.
doesn't
We're going to
have
jump
feedback,
in with
but I'm ready to talk.
like
and
the 50,000 Moroccans that have been making their way into what do you call it?
Spain.
Yeah. No, I thought we were going to talk about Mr. Illuminati impregnating all those babes.
I'm not that busy.
Okay. Oh, you're Mr. Illuminati.
I'm more Captain Conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, they all came from North Africa invading Spain. That's where it was.
Yes,
50,000 military-aged men. Oh,
Funny thing.
have you seen any of the video of this yet?
I've seen tons of the videos, and it is just mind-blowing. But what's curious is, for the moment, we have our borders squared away, but no sooner is that taken care of than a similar problem suddenly shows up on the shores of Spain. But I'll tell you, it's compounded by the fact that there are a lot of really stupid liberals in Spain. Oh my God. Some of the men in the street interviews about people and this happening, like, do you not even get it?
Right, and this has kind of been part and parcel of the dissolution of Western culture with the education system. The universities have just turned everybody into fucking fruitcakes.
I would, pretty much. This
I mean, even here, look, this is why I laugh at this idea. Like I was a couple of years ago, somebody had prompted me to talk to this guy who is here in town, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And, we started getting, I was asking him some questions about the administration here locally. I'm not going to name names, but,
So it's not Flat Earth Dave.
No.
Okay.
It was no. So, and I was trying to get information because I wanted to write a story.
Okay.
And so we got into a discussion about whatever it was. And then he said, well, I don't know how we segued from like my trying to ask him questions. I think he was like, well, who are you? And what is your background? And what is and then he just started like grilling me. And
Mhm.
I'm like, and then he says, well, what kind of education do you have? Because he says, I've done this and that and whatever. And he was basically bragging about all of the accolades that he had. I think it was either from Columbia or some of these other universities. And I got really irate. I'm like, look, I could give fuck all how many like placards and degrees you have that you like festoon your wall with. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. What I'm concerned about is a person that knows the difference between right and wrong. That's really all I'm concerned about. Everything else is window dressing. So I'm not impressed with any of that stuff.
So how far did you get with him on that?
Not very far, and he ended up not wanting to.
So he
continue
didn't
the
have anything to say about right and wrong? Didn't he want to say you're
Well,
wrong?
no, he was complaining. Well, one of the things he was complaining about, and which he actually advocated about, I think one of his children was like gay or whatever, and he was complaining about that. But then in like the same breath, he was defending it. I'm like, this dude is confused. I mean,
Yeah.
a parent. Can you imagine a parent being confused about their kid not knowing who the hell they are, trying to figure out who they are and whatnot? I look, I mean, this is why I say, the whole and where has all this stuff come from? It's come out of these fucking universities. All of that bullshit.
I have a request, Eric.
All of that stuff has come out
Eric,
of.
I have a request.
Yeah, I know. With the
fewer F-bombs, please.
Right.
Don't worry, I'll
fine.
put some beeps
Fine.
in there.
Look, I get it. But my point is that all of that crap is coming out of these institutions of so-called higher learning.
They're done on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Like how many?
when I was at Yale.
Even my own alma mater, alma mater, which is a religious, was subsumed with that ideology.
Okay. Well, so it isn't just ideology. It is an abandonment. It's an abandonment of all the requirements and disciplines of critical thinking. Abandonment. Okay. So when you take that out of your higher education, this is what you end up with.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so what else is there? I mean, if no one has taught you to be able to reflect on your own beliefs, okay, how are you going to have a real discussion?
Well, that's the point, is that what is the belief system of many of these professors and these, educators? What is their belief system? What is their worldview? They don't have one. Their worldview is secularism, postmodern humanism, and, figuring it out as they go. There's no attribution to Christ, Christianity, the Bible, ordering their life by that, or attributing that their life should be ordered by the higher power, and that the basic instructions before leaving Earth, aka the Bible, is there at their disposal. So most of these people that are educators, they don't have any. Their worldview is like all over the place, and it's whichever the way the political wind happens to be blowing. They're like feathers on the wind.
No, they're Marxists.
Feathers in the wind.
Well, right, but some of them don't have like any deep convictions, and when you challenge them
on their convictions,
just forget it. Just forget it.
Yeah.
Go
no,
on.
I mean the notion. Look, it's not your point is not making sense only because
Oh boy.
when you get into a discussion with them, you're not changing their mind. They're not shifting around. No, they believe in the same stupid thing at the beginning and end of the conversation. Okay,
They're
So
called
it's called
NPCs
stuck
for
on stupid. And stuck on
non-player
stupid is
characters.
just another way of saying you can't think. You don't know how to think. You believe what you believe. Your ideology,
Non-player
you can't think.
characters, court. They're non-player characters.
I'll
Don't
take
even
that one. That's good.
don't even engage with them. It doesn't.
Well-
It's not worth the energy that you create to
No.
waste on.
But if I have the opportunity to rip a new one in them, I'm taking it. That's all.
I think
Period. Yeah. Anyway, so all of this brings us back to. Wait, did you have more to say about Spain, Ricky?
No. I just it's the replacement plan. I mean, I'm just making it very quick.
Yeah.
I'm giving you Reader Digest versions of things tonight. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
the replacement plan.
So I mean, can you replace 40 million people with 50,000?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you
Really?
damage the people that are already there, let's say damage
Okay, well,
by
let's- all right, so let's-
vaccines, right? And they can't reproduce,
Yeah.
and you
Okay,
sterilize,
that's a whole
and then
thing,
they
yeah.
pass away, and there's no one to replace them. These are the replacements.
Okay. Yes.
So then
That-
you could set up your world government.
let me put a finer point on it for you. What's happening is the obstreperous white people who tend to fight are being replaced with the conformist sheep of Latin America. It's called the Patron mentality. The Patron mentality.
That would be something I do when I drink Patron.
I never knew there was a drink called Patron.
I don't drink.
Yeah,
learn
nice.
something new every day.
Okay, no, the Patron, plantation owner, the master of the plantation was the one who hired everybody and they gave them a pittance so they could survive. So everybody's learned to obey.
Well, that sounds like
Patron.
what's that
Patron, like a patron, the patron. All right, and that's a part of the Latin culture. That's why you don't see as many protests, especially in Mexico. I mean, let me try it another way. Do you have any idea how long did the American Revolution take?
Evolution or revolution?
The Revolution.
A few years, couple years.
It was about 7 years. So, 1776, 1781, something like that.
Right.
Or if you want to say 1783. Okay. The next trivia question is, how long did the Mexican Revolution take?
Well, where was that all fought? Texas and California area?
No, this was the fight to become independent of Spain. That Mexican Revolution. How long did that take? I'll make it easy. Well over 20 years, because it was not a straight journey from we're done to declaring victory.
All right. So what you're talking about is there was a film released a few years back called The Jones Plantation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. All right. You're talking about what was it in French Guyana? Where was it?
Well, it was where you had
I remember.
Mr. Smith, who went to Mr. Jones because Mr. Jones was losing control of his farming land, the cotton pickers. Okay.
Wait, what year is it?
Yeah, and he said, well, this is how he got them all trapped in their own little, as we now would call 15-minute cities that they're coming up with,
Right.
and told them that they had the illusion of freedom, but they really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Jones Plantation. It's a
Right.
you can find it. It's a free film.
All right. So this wasn't the same as, was it Jonestown?
No, Jonestown was that guy that did the
Hillary.
that's still creepy too.
That's
Yeah,
different.
that one is
Garrett. All believe me. All believe me. Dick, what was
I
his
believe
name?
that was a gigantic psyop.
I don't know about PSYOP. It was
It was definitely set up by the CIA.
Yes. All right. And it was a drug operation is what we are being told now.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know if the truth will ever come out about
Well,
any.
that was 900 wonderful body cavities for shipping in drugs. Okay.
Yeah, let's go Arkansas. All right.
No, this is well long before Arkansas.
I know.
Okay.
I just don't
burnt
understand why they
somebody.
had to kill the entire, like, oh, and they held a gun to you. Doesn't that sound like COVID? Hey, you know what? You better take this shot in your arm, and if you don't, guess what? You're losing your job.
All right. Well, can I digress a little bit?
Go for it, Court.
Okay. People pointed out that what happened with COVID was like an extended version of a famous psychological experiment that was done at Stanford in the 1960s. That was the one where you had to shock someone.
Yes, the guy's in the room, and you're hitting the button, and they're like, "No, you have to do it." But he's yelling for help. No, do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm familiar
so the point
with
is-
this.
Okay. So the point is that, so the real test subjects were the people who were brought in and were supposed to operate the equipment, right?
What was the percentage that said no? I forget.
It was low. It was like 15%.
They were like, "No, I'm not doing this." And they're like,
Okay.
"No, you have to." And they're like, "No."
Yeah. Okay. But it was 15%. A vast majority complied. However, okay, if certain little things changed, that compliance rate went down. Okay.
And
Yeah.
So the
So the
clip
point is,
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it too.
okay, the point is that if there's even a whiff of something that's out of line, compliance drops. Okay. I mean, so
Well,
long,
this is
the guy's
extreme.
there, he's an authority figure, he's dressed in a white lab coat, he's being stern, he's pushing them. Okay.
they're
Which
just
all sounds like
actors.
Biden telling everybody to take a vaccine.
No,
of
right. They're just being vituperative, is what they're being.
It's just like watching
You have to do that, Eric.
television. They are actors. You know, it's like
You're not
oh,
the
no.
only one. You're not the only walking encyclopedia, Court.
Okay.
and then this is my favorite one still. Oh, they're still talking about Charlie Kirk. Oh, Charlie Kirk. Oh, where's the body? I told you. The actor who played the character, Charlie Kirk, is living a nice little
Yeah,
life.
look. You know, I'm
yeah.
going to push back on that because
It's okay.
Me
Go
this is
for it.
too, but
all
you
right,
go
so
first, Eric.
this is why. I mean, it's you know, going down that rabbit hole is kind of akin to like, we didn't really land on the moon, flat Earth kind of stuff, right? So I mean, we're trying to it's almost it's almost as if there's a deliberate attempt to reinvent the narrative so that people keep scratching their head, and there's this malingering type of like there's never arriving at any kind of closure.
Well,
What about this? What about that? What
control the
about this?
narrative,
What about
control the
that?
people.
What's that?
Okay. My turn for a big word. Rejoinder.
Well, no, but
Always
look,
wonder.
I could throw this back at you. Are you not being controlled if you are predisposed to like going down all of these conspiracies or conjecturing?
There you
It's
go.
like
There you go.
conjecturing and speculating and just never arriving anywhere. Maybe it was this, maybe it was that, maybe it was this, maybe it was that.
Right. So
Did you
there's
see
a-
this?
all right, so
Did you
Eric-
see that?
All right, so
I
Eric,
mean, it's
there's
just
a
like
third- all right,
over and
yes.
over and
Yeah.
over again.
Okay, so there's a third thing here, though. All right, the third thing, you've just made two just killer points. But the third thing is that by holding on to these conspiracy theories where you cannot accept the information as given, there's something inside yourself where you're avoiding taking responsibility for it. You're not accepting it.
I
as
don't let
real.
any of this bother me. That's the funny thing about it all.
There's a way in which
I-
it's liberating.
I saw
Not believe it.
so the video that I saw of that thing, like, and this was like maybe within the week or 2 weeks of the incident. I saw one video which they kind of blew up, and you could see a muzzle flash reflection.
I saw it, and from the building where it looked like it came out of a small mailbox in the wall, kind of a slit. I saw
Well,
that.
whatever, but they say usually snipers like. So you have what's called a I can't
But
remember.
don't you think that look?
Well,
anything
look,
that-
they said, look, when they do these operations, they set it up like typically like an illusionist or a magician would set up a stage act.
yeah.
So
exactly.
you have, so you
Yeah,
have,
magic.
so
The
you have
Club
a,
33.
no, So you have a front. So you have a person that's on the roof as like a distraction, but the real gunman, and I genuinely do think that he was shot. I don't believe the whole exploding microphone theory. I just don't.
Oh, I do. I'm going to be working
I
on
don't.
Again,
I-
all theories. Where's the body? Until we
Look,
find
where
body.
where was if it was an exploding microphone, we would have seen shrapnel like from the stuff
Not
exploding.
necessarily. Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
you would.
No.
Yeah, you would. Look,
All right,
You're
sorry I
assuming-
brought this up.
you,
All right,
you got,
don't
you
worry
got
about it.
something that's like about
This
this
is
big.
nothing to waste your time
Right.
and energy
Okay.
on. Again, this is what they want you to do:
No.
is waste your time and energy on things that are useless. And I just
Okay,
my
but
point right there.
well,
I beg you
all right, but now you're now he's contradicting
No,
himself.
I'm not contradicting. I
Yeah,
just
you-
proved the point, and it's I have notes right here.
Right. Well, my opinion is like he's
What?
he's no longer with us, and that's it. I mean, whether it was an exploding microphone or a shot or whatever it was, he's not in the picture anymore.
Mhm.
And that seems to be what some people had wanted to accomplish. And so mission accomplished.
Yeah.
He's no longer in the picture anymore.
What's this? Irene is yelling.
Hi, Irene.
All right, Irene. Irene.
I'm gonna be very quiet. I'm gonna be very quiet.
Oh, you have to be quiet. Oh, okay.
My daughter's not here, so it's
I see.
when she goes on the
Can't you
attack.
tell Irene that I'm writing a song about her?
That
No.
like
So-
you
No.
can't like that
No,
Irish and Italian
guys,
combination.
guys, listen. When my wife has these vodka drinks,
I'm sorry, what?
and it's only the she has these vodka infused drinks.
Oh, I
She
see.
goes,
Oh,
There's
God.
a whole nother. There's like a split personality.
Yes. Okay. Are we
So
talking to
everything was
evil
cool.
Irene here?
Yeah,
Evil
like
Irene.
no. Let her stay upstairs right now, Corn.
Okay.
Let
Jeez.
sleeping dogs.
I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later.
All
Oh,
right. Well, if
I don't want to go get. You know,
okay, if we have to speak like this, okay.
no,
we can
I
do it.
have to be quiet. She's yelling, I can hear you.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, I'm just saying it. All of these things, we know that they're just distractions.
So
As
what's the
Eric
truth?
has
If they're
said
distractions,
many
what are we
times,
supposed to be
what
focusing
is
on?
the end
Let him
game?
finish
We
his
know
thought
what
for
the end
Pete's
game is.
sakes.
The end game is they want one world government and a surveillance. Look at now, Milford just installed one of those they face tracking cameras now. I saw it
Oh.
today, and a lot of people in Milford have taken pictures of this thing, and they got
Okay.
one. They got one in the dead center of Milford now, on the green,
Ooh,
and now they have one at the park. So it's tracking
Wow.
all these children that are playing at the park. Okay.
that's not good.
No. And who in Milford is allowing all this? And I thought, and if this is, I want to ask you, Court,
Yes.
if I go to the Milford police station and I say, hey, I'm from Yankee T News. My name is Ricky Smith. Can I ask a few questions to you guys about some of these cameras? Would you be upset? And I will have it recorded
Mm-hmm.
with me. Would you be upset if I was using Yankee T News, or do you want me to go with
Not at
yours
all. Not at
completely
all.
independent? Okay.
You can use my name.
Okay.
Okay. And the point is,
Because I want to try to. I want to get down. I want to get down and dirty with Keith Mello. All right. If it's him that's doing it, or if it's a guy just below him, and the guy that's just below him, he's a penis. Okay. This dude, I've bumped heads with this dude many times in Milford, and he is from the military, and he is mentally, he is not all there up in the top.
okay.
I had his boss on my phone one year when I needed to get to my restaurant
Okay.
during the Oyster Fest,
Okay.
and this dude was breaking my balls. And I go, I have your boss right here on the phone. He said to let me through, and I
Yeah.
gave him the phone. He goes,
You
blah blah
told
blah
me
blah, yeah, and then
You
hand the
told me
phone back. I go, Chris,
remember this.
did
Yeah.
you even talk to him? And he goes, no. And he goes, who is that? And I told him, and he goes, oh, he's gonna get reprimanded when he gets back to the quarters later. So
Okay, well, I'm not above working with you to do a petition drive, to go out and show people what's going on and get their reaction to it. And then, look, these people are concerned about what's going on. You have to have an explanation. And then after we give you the explanation, you're going to get rid of the cameras or camera.
yeah, right now they have set up. There's a meeting, I believe, August 3rd.
Yes.
In Milford about these cameras because the residents have had enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're
All
done.
right. So
They're
that's
done.
going to
They're
be about.
just like this is ridiculous. We're living in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it is.
All right. Well,
There's no reason for all those cameras. Oh, it's for your
okay,
safety. It's
so
for-
Eric,
it's for
looking
the
at this is action here. Okay, this is pushing back.
That's where we start, and then
And if they don't listen,
well, everyone get your paint guns ready.
That's right.
Your
We're
paint
all-
guns ready. There you go. Oh, hey man, my camera's all. Just keep blocking those cameras with those paint guns.
No, same thing.
And don't drive a new car. Don't carry your phone on person.
Oh, okay. Oh, the whole new car thing. That's another discussion.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
I've
Gotta love
been
how Chevy was, or not Chevy. I believe it was all of them. What is that stupid thing?
OnStar.
OnStar. Thank you, Court.
Yes,
Selling your data to the insurance companies.
that's the least of it. You have
Oh.
the kill switch on that thing.
It's all right. I pulled mine out of my truck, but
Okay, that's
some of you
what
guys,
happens sometimes.
you don't have the option to, because if you pull it out, it screws up the internals with the computer.
Mhm.
They figured out that we were all taking these out. We figured out how to do it, and they were like, "Oh, well, let's make it so you can't do that anymore."
Well, the answer is stop buying cars that have OnStar.
Yeah.
It's not just that. Subarus have this technology, and Jason could tell you this because he was telling me about it, but I can tell you as
In the
well.
steering wheel, and it reads your
because,
eyes and does a.
Well,
Yeah.
So Carola's car has all that stuff in it, and so when I would be driving her around, it would blink. The dashboard would go off if you look away or whatever. So it's watching you. It's also like monitoring your driving and everything. It's like recording everything. It's being fed into, via
Where's that
satellite.
data going, Eric? That's the
Exactly.
other thing that we got to look at.
So yeah, I'm never going to buy. I will not buy anything like newer than like 2014.
Mhm.
And
Well,
a lot of the people are these people are unplugging the microphones and disconnecting the fuses to all of this tech
even if
that's
you
in there.
disconnect the fuses, it doesn't make a difference because the thing is still transmitting. All you're doing is just
You can pull the wire. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
You can
You
still
have to
yank the
actually
wires.
put the unit right
Well,
out
now,
of the vehicle.
Okay, so here's my silly question. If it's transmitting, why can't you jam it?
It's a lot easier just to remove it.
Yeah, there
Court.
you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Why go through all that? But you will need to put a jammer around your vehicle because now you have these new tracking devices that are tracking your phones as you're driving by them. I told you about Axion.
Right.
These
Okay.
devices are on top of the light, the LED lights. Just
Right.
type in new Axion LED plug-in. They go right on top of the LED lights, and they don't just they track your phone. They track every phone that is in the vehicle, everything electronic. All the vehicles are all electronic now too. Why do you think they want you in these electric vehicles? Oh, easy to keep you in control.
So, they're selling these to police departments, insurance companies. Who's buying these things?
The general public. The police department doesn't get those.
It says here, best vehicle tracking system. Get your free demo. What? Track, monitor, and manage. Track your assets.
No, I'll send you a link tomorrow.
Mhm.
Tomorrow morning after I get done doing all my stops early in the morning.
sounds like we need to do a little more research on this because
I
people need
yeah,
to
I'll,
find a
I'll,
way
I'll
to
send you
protect
some
themselves
stuff to
from this
look at,
stuff.
and you know, they won't be lengthy. You know, everything will be under 10 minutes,
Mhm.
so you
Okay.
can kind of scan through it really quick and grab what you want out of that information. So, and Eric and Court will give you my number. All you have to do is just text me, say that it's
Yeah,
you,
phone
and then I
is
add you
good.
into my contact list, because if you're not in the contact list, there's no way you can.
By the way, I'm going to also, because Apple is rolling out their new operating system for their iPhones and I guess this is going to be coupled with the rollout of the new iPhone 18. And
Yeah.
once that happens, I'm leaving Apple because I understand that all of the older like iPhones and stuff, they're going to be throttling the daylights out of. And
Oh yeah. They're
forcing
you into the new that's
Right.
human control.
not doing it. So and I hope the powers that be are listening to this, because I really don't care. So I'm going to leave. Probably going to. I'm not sure what phone I'm going to get right at this point, but there's a couple that I'll probably be looking at. I mean,
Research
maybe
research it carefully, and
You know,
I know that the phone that I'm using is very careful about what data is coming out of it, and never carry your phone on your persons. I never do. It's like somebody calls me, like when I get back in the vehicle, I'll call you, but
right.
I don't ever.
I mean, I could conceivably. I want to get something like I have the original iPod actually, but I used to have an iPod. I just listen to my things and something that can connect to Wi-Fi where I can watch videos or something.
Yeah.
But I don't want. I'm going to start realigning my workflow and how I do things and stuff like that. Because this is, I guess you could say, my way of actively pushing back against all of the
Technology.
all the tomfoolery. That's
back in my day, I thought this was going to be cool. It was sold to us that it was going to be awesome.
Same here. Yeah, we all did. We all did.
Now, and it was great. I made friends all across the world.
Yep.
And now they're using that against us. They get you used to it. They sucker you in where you just
and then you get your dopamine hits and all that kind of stuff, shortening your attention span and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Did I make some great friends? And even all of those people from all over the world have come to the restaurant, and I've got to actually hang out, and just like I've never.
Do you own a restaurant?
And I've never met you, Eric, but maybe one day you'll be hanging out with me one day.
Where in Connecticut? Where in Connecticut are you?
My restaurant is in Milford. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you own a restaurant.
And he's broadcasting.
It's a corporation. It's a family corporation.
Right.
Very cool.
So my daughter, myself, my daughter, my dad, one of my sisters.
Family business. That's great.
Yeah. We're all there,
Okay, so oh God, where did it go?
And I got what, me?
No,
my thing keeps going in and out, so I don't know if the camera's glitching out.
And then I just missed that. Geez, Court, Anyway, I just did a quick search, and yes, there are the top 10 dumb phones for 2026. Okay.
Oh, Court, look up what SMART stands for. SMART actually stands for something. I forgot what it was. I used it as a trivia question on Chaz and AJ in the morning on PLR about a year ago. They weren't amused by that answer, but
let's see here. I'm supposed to see.
I'll be right back. I gotta fill my water up.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
No, that's not it. Try again.
Smart goals. No, let's see here.
I feel like Jason's cat
Yeah, well, sorry. Jeez. Go ahead. It's not coming up. Smart. Just trying to think of every obscene word that might be associated with this acronym, but no, man, I don't know. You got any guesses, Eric? SMART, what it could stand for?
Self-monitoring and reporting technology.
Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. I never would have thought of that.
Systematic mobile advanced response.
There
technology.
you go. Okay, keep going. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, is there such a acronym?
Well, that I don't know. So we'll wait for Ricky to give it to us. I'm going to be patient. But anyway, so tomorrow night, while we're on this, I have to remind you, do you have an opinion about the exploding pagers and radios that Mossad used on Hezbollah?
What was that, 3-4 years ago or something?
I don't think it was that long. It was about 1.5 years or 2, but as long as 2 years.
Wasn't that was that before or after the October thing?
After. It was after.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, the backstory is the work that went into setting it up in the first place, because they had to completely fool members of Hezbollah into believing the company that's supplying these was a legit company. And so they had to create layer upon layer of cutout companies to mislead Hezbollah and get them to believe what they're doing. But the point I'm getting to is that the technology for something compact, fit in your hand, would be sufficient to kill somebody is something to consider.
Sure. You just need a very, very small shape charge.
Yes.
And that's it.
And that's my point about the exploding microphone, a shaped charge.
Yeah, but like a shape charge would have a shape charge doesn't do the same thing as a bullet does. And I think if you look at, for example, there was a video done with a little like micro-sized drone robot with a shape charge on it.
Yeah.
And then what it does is it has facial recognition, and then it goes and then it finds its target, and then it explodes on the target.
Well, that seems like that video I sent you, Court.
What they call slaughter bots. I think that was the name of the thing.
Yeah, it goes. But
right.
they made them look like bees or some kind of insect, and they attached themselves right to the jets, and then they blow up. What Court's talking about is in Lebanon, where they had all the pagers blow up.
Yes,
I heard you in the background. I had to go use the little boys' room over there.
Okay.
There's a little boys' room in the man cave too.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
I made that sound strange, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You did.
A little bit.
Right.
Too much information.
No, I'm not part of that club. I'm one exposing. I know who all you are too. You know who I am. I'm gonna get you.
What are you drinking?
Water.
Oh, okay.
God's water.
Oh, God's
distilled water.
Adam's ale.
This is a new experiment I've been working on, Court.
Yeah.
Copper. You put the distilled water in these copper bottles.
Yes.
And the copper mixes with the water. I'll let you know. I'm only 1 week into this, but man, I've been feeling a lot better. Tell you that.
Well, you could have a copper deficiency, but I just want to remind you about something else. There's another metal that your body needs. Zinc.
Yep.
Zinc and copper kind of work at odds to each other in your body. And there's supposed to be what they call a copper-zinc ratio in your blood.
Okay.
And if the copper part of the copper-zinc ratio gets too high, the risk of cancer increases.
Nice.
Just
I'll let you know
wanna
if I
let-
get any
just wanna
cancer.
let you know.
Why? Here goes Irene again. There's a little bird chirping in the background.
I don't know. Birds have a way.
We
Of,
love you, Irene.
birds have a way of pecking too.
Oh, you have. That's why you saw me
Yes, I had to throw that in there.
earlier.
Anyway,
When you just lay back, let them throw whatever they're gonna throw at you. Do not try to defend
but
yourself.
right. But just to remind you, the purpose,
Listen,
every woman's purpose is to keep her man off balance.
no, mental wife, mental life. Sorry.
I haven't heard that one. Oh, that's a good one. I wonder if that could be an article.
Eric, you're not amused by that, huh?
That's because.
Oh, he's muted.
I'm not married, so
Yeah, we are bringing back
I
some
mean, I was.
I'm coming up to
but,
like 30 years.
yeah,
So
I was
and
married. I did.
some things that I'm not going to say on here, but Court and I
Yes.
have talked about offline. So
Yes.
it makes some sense. So when Court
Yes.
sees what happens, he knows.
Yeah, no, I understand.
going on.
there's
Court, you're more
something
than
to add to that. When
you
we
can
get it-
share that with Eric on a side note.
Another,
I don't
yes, I
mind.
can. That's right.
I think some people have a lot of questions of like that might be a good discussion of how to forgive. Eric, what does God say about forgiving?
Do it.
Yeah, more or less.
Do it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how should we say it? Forgiveness?
Till 70 times 7.
Right. Yeah, forgiveness is central to Christianity.
Yeah, I would love for us to do
Oh,
a whole little
Well, I
God
would more
one day.
aptly describe it as love, and forgiveness is an attribute of love. Sure.
Okay, sure. Sure. Go with that. So anyway, I think we're coming up on the deadly 2-hour mark here again.
I know. So
You got 20. You got 20 minutes. 19 minutes.
Here's what I see coming up in the future.
Okay, yes.
It's going to be like the WWF or the WWE or whatever they call it.
WWE.
Hey, we got WrestleMania coming. Ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, standing over in this corner over here, we got
So you have two businesses. You have a restaurant and you have the media company, right?
correct.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You are correct. All right, so let's get into it. We
Yes.
have reigning champion Donald J. Trump. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Make America great again. Look, I got my 2028 hat, right? And then
Okay.
over here on the right side, we have Mr. I was the champion, Barack Obama.
Oh, geez.
Oh, watch this. I'm telling you, this is going to be the match. If it's coming, and he's going to bring it. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
oh, who's that?
No,
Oh,
wait a
no,
second.
my name is Michael.
My name is Mud.
Wait a second. Oh, God. This is going in a very bad direction. God. No.
I know you've been waiting. I mean, I've just been sitting here listening, getting
Yeah.
yelled at. You know? Get to see a typical Friday night when I get to not have a show.
Right, well,
Actually, I had a show, and the venue canceled because
what happened?
when the show was booked, the place had a different name. I could say it because it doesn't exist anymore. But it was in Brantford, and it was called The Stand.
The Stand. No, can't say
Yeah.
that.
So it's right on the water. Well, there was like a couple of places. They're like all right next door to each other. They're right on the water. And I was really looking forward to working with this band. And last Saturday, when I was doing the Rum Runners at Woodmont Day, I got a text and they're like, "Oh, our show just got canceled. They're not doing bands anymore. They changed names and they're going to focus on just doing dinners." And I was like, "All right, Makes sense. Makes sense because
Now, by contrast, are there the other places that suddenly wake up one day and says, we need to do bands?
no, I just think that
It's shrinking.
no, yeah, there's a saturation in live music right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of venues. You know, back in the day. Well,
Wow, Reese Hopkins is in Simsbury. There's like Simsbury. Man, people up that way have look like they have a really great time. I
Wait,
swear.
so where'd you get the thing about Reese?
I'm looking at it on my Facebook feed.
Oh, okay. All right.
but
We should get him on sometime.
there's, you know, these venues, the bands are asking, you know, $2,000 in these smaller places.
Oh, yeah.
They can't. They can't
No,
make their money
no.
back.
Well, is that why there's saturation? Because they're asking.
Well,
for
the
money?
saturation is the big bands that do draw the large crowds,
Yeah.
and these venues can get their money back easily and make a profit.
All right. Well, by
They're
contrast,
overbooking. They're overbooking these bands, and now people are bored of them, and they don't want to. And they're making them overlap. So it's like the same band is playing the next night.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
so
so let me tell you about Scotch Plains Tavern in Essex, New York, in Essex, Connecticut. And what their business model is, they have small groups. So it's upstairs. You go up there. They have this big chalkboard, and let's say it's for the month, the next 4 weeks, and they list all the bands that are going to be coming on each given night, and there's no repetition.
no, that's one venue. What's happening is these venues are Brantford to Stratford
Mm-hmm.
is basically what I would call one area. All the same people will go from a Stratford show all the way to a Brantford show
Okay, sure.
all the time.
All right, yeah.
What's
All right.
happening is they're being booked here one night and then being booked over in Stratford the next night. And they'll go, well, you know what? I'm not going to go to this show now because the next night they're playing over here. Where what happened is they would only play maybe once a month in the area. And then everybody from within the local area would go to that one show. You got me. So they're cutting it thin. And what's happening is now they're not making enough money at the door.
Well, that doesn't sound like
cover everything.
saturation. I mean, that sounds more like limitation. but not-
Saturation.
well, there should be. I mean, to me,
Or you have massive good bands that
Mhm.
draw, but they draw the same amount. They draw the same people.
Mhm.
So if you have 3 of these bands all playing in the same area from Brantford to Stratford, you just
All right. So
didn't hurt.
So these bands can't build an audience, like say in Danbury or Waterbury or Hartford.
Again, different areas. The local band scene is very interesting, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go too crazy into it, but I'm just telling you that the local band scene is
Mm-hmm.
each place has their, Fairfield County has their stuff.
Okay.
New England County has their stuff. Waterbury up in there, they have their stuff.
So there's like this little sort of invisible line then that separates one area from another
Yeah,
and where the bands go.
But what's fun is like when I go, I
So
call
the
it the
band will go to
Connecticut tour.
Fairfield, but won't go to Norwalk.
I only go to Norwalk once in a while.
Uh-huh.
There's this band called Bad Band. I'll go out to Norwalk for them. South Norwalk or,
Mhm.
but again, South Norwalk is not the South Norwalk I remember from the 90s. It's a nightmare
changed.
out there.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
but
Big change.
the nice cool thing about these green shows that we're doing, I guess federal government, your federal government, or Ned Lamont, I don't know who did it, but every town was given a certain amount of money to bring concerts to their greens this year.
I
That's
see.
why you've heard
Okay.
me going all over the state,
I
because
see.
some of my bands are getting booked all over. So I'm going, one day I'm I'm over here, and the next day I'm over on the other side. Next thing you know, I'm down in Mystic, and then the next day you're way over here.
Prospect.
I just did Prospect twice.
Okay. Well,
Say nights.
there you go. Okay. So that's
Prospect at least was ready for it.
mhm.
They built an area and installed proper power. Some of these greens I go to, they're like, here, you got one power plug. Have at it.
Gee,
I go,
that's
oh
not
my
gonna work.
God.
What do you do
I
now?
go, Nugget, quick, get the generators out.
Yes. Yeah, so that's necessary equipment. You gotta have
You got to
those
have
things.
backup because you
Yep.
never know what you're going to walk into when you walk into these greens. And Brantford Green really threw me a curveball this year because usually they're on the Brantford Green. Well, the Brantford Green is obviously being rebuilt, but nobody told me. So they moved their stage device. I don't know what you want to call it, trailer
Okay.
behind Town Hall. Now they ran 220 to it.
Yeah.
They ran a 220 line to it.
Okay, we'll be done. A few minutes.
And then what did they give me?
No.
They gave me one outlet, 10 amps. I almost fell over. I said, why are you running a 220 to this and giving me that? Eric, I know that doesn't make sense, but this is sound man issues that I deal with when I show up at some of these
Yes,
shows.
on a daily basis. Anyway, we're down to 10 minutes to go. So why don't we call it here for tonight? And
All right, final thoughts, everybody.
final thoughts is it ain't over. It ain't over. We can
What
complain
ain't
about globalism and the police state that's coming, but it ain't over.
They're pushing hard for Agenda 2030.
Yes, they are. That is very
That
true.
would be my final thought.
Okay.
Eric?
I'm not Jerry Springer, so I don't have any final thoughts right now.
Okay. All right. I mean,
I
Jerry
hate-
Springer
Take
had
care of
fun-
yourself and
recreate.
take care of yourself and take care of each other.
Oh, there you go. There you
We
go.
can
That's a good
recreate
final
the Jerry
thought. I like
Springer
that.
show. We get the
Oh.
girls with the Jiggly's.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway,
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.